The highly anticipated TV show The House of Guinness arrives on our screens this week.
We're joined by two of the stars, Danielle Galligan and Anthony Boyle. Hello.
Good morning.
How are you? They were like, where did Anthony look? He's being all shy now. He's like, I'm going to look down the camera.
I want him to look straight down the lens and say hello to Mickey Boyle and Esther Boyle.
There you go, you've done it.
He got it done.
Sorry, we're on TV. We've made a shout out West Belfast. We're here.
We're on the telly. We're on the telly.
Let's go back in time to the House of Guinness and see what they're here to talk about. Let's take a look.
Edward doesn't understand the complex nature of modern politics. Look at him, he's an idealist. He wants me to be elected to Parliament so I can help run the business. He is concerned I might lose.
Edward, his name is Guinness and this is Dublin. Of course he won't lose.
You two are well matched in your certainty.
Yes, we are. Very well matched. And what you see at this breakfast table is a very rare thing. A marriage based on absolute honesty. Edward, you're too busy doing what you're good at. You two were born for different things. As the elder brother Arthur was born to inherit and enjoy the company of the rulers of the empire in London. As the younger brother, you were born to work and to earn. Your ability is in trade. Perhaps that's why on our wedding day, when you asked Miss Adelaide Guinness, a lady raised among French and Spanish nobility, to dance, she was suddenly otherwise engaged.
Jeannie, Max, these two, gruesome twosome. Good morning.
And shout out Louis. Louis also.
So good. Lads, it is so good to have you here. We are talking about...
Danielle, would you like to give a shout out to anybody before we carry on?
I mean, how long do you have? Hi Lorraine, hi Karina, hi Uncle Michael, hi Uncle Tom, hi Nana.
OK.
We have to balance it off.
Do you want to give anyone a shout out?
No, I'm grand, thank you, I'm fine.
We're here to talk about the House of Guinness, which isn't just My House on a Saturday night. It is a proper 1800s show. So what is it all about, Danielle?
Yeah, it's kind of I guess it's like this epic and sprawling retelling of the Guinness family at the turn of the century in Dublin, so late 19th century. And it's kind of about Sir Benjamin Lee Guinness has built the family from like a humble brewing beginning into like this kind of empire dynasty, and he passes away, and it's about how he bequeaths the kind of power, the privilege, the pressure to his 4 children, and they have to then, I guess, make some sacrifices, keep some secrets, dodge some bullets to stay at the top of Dublin society, continue the expansion of the empire, continue the family dynasty. And I think Dublin at the time as well, one of my favourite parts of the show is like Dublin at the time was going through a lot of like social and political progress and protest. So it's a very dangerous time for these 4 siblings. So yeah, you know, the higher you rise, the sharper the knives. And
that's so good.
And Ireland.
Oh, that's really good. You've done that really well. The higher you rise, the sharper the knives.
I definitely read that somewhere.
That should be a tagline.
That's the new tagline for the show. There we go.
Trouble is
we have it
brewing,
there.
you know?
Yeah, that's really good.
Anthony, you play the eldest son, Arthur. And this is not the Arthur Guinness that we know or we think we know of.
Yeah.
Tell us about the character.
Yeah, so we found Arthur on the day of his father's funeral, and he is a bit of a Renaissance man, loves having the crack, loves wine, loves sex, drugs, that sort of thing. And he has to come back to Ireland, and he has to sort of like take over the family business and do all this stuff he doesn't want to do. He'd rather be in London having the crack. And he has some secrets that will all be revealed on September 25th. House of Guinness. Shout out Mickey Boyle, shout out Esther Boyle. We're back again.
I've seen, you have said that you've been preparing for this role all your life. I saw this somewhere. Is this because of the sex, the wine, the rock and roll, or is it because you've been a good Guinness drinker?
Because I've been hammered on Guinness every night since I was about 18 years old. I don't know much about the sex and the rock and roll.
But we can't say that live on TV today anyway.
Oh, but yeah, no, it's a dream of mine to do the job. I've loved Stephen's work for so long. Stephen Knight, who wrote it, obviously wrote Peaky Blinders. And I've loved all of his stuff. And yeah, it's great, man, to do something so Irish and to do it with such amazing actors like Danny is an absolute dream.
It's unbelievable, right? Because obviously we're all sitting there this is going to be to an international audience, House of Guinness, because having watched it, like, the intrigue is so good, your relationships with each other, the backstabbing. Like, it's incredible how much families do to each other. It is so slick. but you're filming here, you're surrounded by Irish cast and crew. And then I suppose the most high-profile fella that's involved that isn't an Irish fella is James Norton. And you're all looking at him, I'm assuming, eyeballing, going, are you going to do a Tom Cruise or are you going to be able to do this accent? Like, how was that on set for the people who weren't Irish trying to do the accent?
Do you know what? James's accent in it is
accent's
phenomenal.
great, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
And Danny and I would have been the first to tell him that it was bad.
Yeah,
And he is fantastic. Louis Partridge, who's English as well.
Emily
Fern is fantastic.
Yeah.
And
The
they all
vocal
do
work on all of it.
a really good job of it.
The two of you have a very close relationship in this film. How does that go, kind of creating that chemistry when there are secrets involved in the relationship? We won't say too much. How does that go when you're like, okay, so we're a team, we're a duo on this, kind of creating that between the two of you?
It kind of came very naturally, I think. Yeah. I think we work similarly. We do a similar process. We do like little rehearsals and everything, and I think like explore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trust and a lot of play, and I feel like we surprise each other.
Yeah.
And I think their relationship is so unconventional for the time. Like, they're both very ahead of their time.
Yeah.
And I think they accept each other in a very non-judgmental way. And I think Lady Olivia, for her, like as a woman of that time, there were so many constraints and not a lot of options. And I think she knows that Arthur is her kind of key to life. She's a very ambitious woman. So I think she's constantly struggling between this, having a real platonic love for him and need to protect him, but then a need to also push him so that she can have the life that she wants. But yeah, I think if he's the head of the family, she's like the neck, you know? She like supports and steers.
That's good. That's even better than the knife thing. That's two bangers you've
You are
dropped on
the
the
neck
sofa.
of the family. You
That
support
one I
and
can.
steer.
Absolute bangers.
We're getting all the quotes you needed. I hope you're taking these
Names,
down.
the neck of the family.
No, I can't take credit for that one because that's from one of my favourite films, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
We haven't seen it. Don't tell us. Don't, Danny, don't
Anthony,
tell
you need to get onto ChatGPT or one of your...
Google
Ring
like
up
that.
Stephen.
Some good
Great.
quotes.
Ring up Stephen Knight and go, come here to me. She's
Lad,
hammering
give
me
me
in the
some good quotes
interviews.
here. She's racking my head.
Well,
over here.
he's the personality. I have to do like the history and bits. You know?
But I think Danny and I work well together because we take the work seriously, but not ourselves.
Yeah.
So we really do care about the work in the scene, and we want to rehearse and really get into it. But you know, when they call cut, we're just like having the crack with each other. And
But is it a thing when you're doing the both of you's been doing since these major shows, and I love the fact that you're so grounded, the both of you, and I love like when you won the IFTA, the Rising Star IFTA, and your speech was like, I had to get this suit down from Belfast last night, not a crease on it. And then you're even sort of saying you're going to these big fashion shows in Italy and you're bringing your man.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Is that real? Is that something that you love to do? You like that sharing of something you can do for your family?
Yeah, it's good crack, you know what I mean? It's good, like my man and dad are coming down tonight, we're doing a screening of the show, and it's just a laugh. They come down, my man's going, getting their hair blow dried, getting no dress on, the whole, shout out Esther, shout out getting her hair blow dried.
He's giving you a well done for bringing your mother places. Your mother's like,
but
you
I
better
just
bring me.
love it. I love the fact that he was sort of saying...
times on the show today, she should be buzzed.
No, but...
Well, they're so part of the process, I think.
Yeah.
Like, my mum and my auntie and everyone is so woven into us trying to do this job, you know, like, because it's a risky thing to go, yes, I'm going to be an actor. Like, most parents would be like, oh, Christ, like, please be a lawyer, be something else. And my mum has just been there, and I know for you as well, like, she's been there, like, she knows that part of my process is in the middle I'll break down and have a cry. And I'm like, I'm terrible, I'm not going to be able to do it. And she's like, this is part of your process, hon. So, like, to have them there is amazing because, like, they're so part of the journey. They've watched you graft and try and work, and they've been there on a knife edge with you waiting to hear about the jobs as well.
fab,
So, like, they're so part of the reason we're doing
I
it.
remember my Auntie Teresa giving me, like, taking money out of the credit union to get me headshots for the first time. You know, like, stuff like that. Like,
that's
you
amazing.
don't forget that. Like, that all sort of, like, when you're doing something like this, it's like such a privileged position, such a great experience. Like, it grounds you, and you do remember that, and it makes you like be all that more kind of appreciative.
And I think as well, like when you're so, because it's very vulnerable, like what we do, and people, I mean, everyone will have an opinion, and there's reviewers and critics and things like that. And like when I look at, like, I was with my uncle the other night, and he was making a lamb jalfrezi, and he just was like asking about everything, and I could just feel how proud he was, and I was just like, that's what it's about, you know what I mean? Like when you're nervous or anything like that, like just to feel that your family are proud of you is everything.
The two of you are absolutely rocking it. It's amazing
thank
at the
you.
moment, and you're both brilliant in the new Netflix show, House of Guinness, which starts this Thursday on Netflix. And thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us today. You're both a joy. You really
Thank
are.
you so much.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Shout out every relation in the entire world. Danielle Galligan and Anthony Boyle, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Shout out Cavan.
Rob Calvin.
Shout out Monaghan. Tommy, what's coming up next?
Tommy got a shout out Cavan on this show. Perfect.